Perfect. Anything?
No.
No? Nothing? Oh, I think it's backwards, right?
What?
It's backwards.
Yes.
Well, that's their problem, because they printed.
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
But that's not good.
No.
But you are on. Right
What?
there.
What are you talking about? I mean, it's not. We got nothing. I mean, it's on, but it's not. It's not. We got nothing. I mean, it's on, but it's not. But I mean, it's not. Why do you have no? We got nothing. I mean, it's on, but it's not. All right. But I mean, it's not. Why do you have no? We got nothing. I mean, it's on, but it's not. All right. Could you shut off the audio on that? All right, I'm gonna start it over. All right, guys, I'm gonna cancel this and come back because this isn't working the way it's supposed to. Okay, I think we got it now.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I think we're good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
oh
think.
my God, I'm excited.
Oh, shush.
Wow. You made it.
All right, good. Oh my God, it's definitely Saturday. Feels like Monday. All right, guys, sorry about that little hiccup there in the beginning. Don't worry, we'll make up for it on the end.
Didn't fall, of course.
What's up from Modesto? Yes. Oh, it's totally my fault. There's no question about it.
Bismarck?
Yeah, I was wearing his shirt all last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have. So here you go. Here's the laptop, so we can kind of see what the heck is going on here. Of course, we have the Fernando cam, which isn't working at the moment for some reason because Fernando unplugged it.
I unplugged mine.
So,
yeah, hey.
as far as like what we view, so this is everything we view as far as what's going on to us. But yeah, so that's everything. There's the Fernando cam. Look at that. Yes.
It's backwards, I know, but that was not my fault.
I didn't print it.
They printed it.
They printed it. All right, guys. So let's get started, shall we?
All right.
I know.
What are we doing here?
I don't know. All right. So thanks so much for tuning in on this Saturday. And what I'd like to do is go right to the show sponsor so that we can get that out of the way. The show sponsor today is still going to be Ground Zero, celebrating 25 years in the car audio business. You can pick up the limited edition, very limited edition, only 100 in the US, 500 worldwide, the GZR C165. So we want to thank Ground Zero for being a participant in our show. We also have another sponsor later in the show we're going to talk about. Yes, we're live. We can hear and see you. So what Fernando's wearing there is this guy here, which is Teespring/store/5-star. He has on the official installer shirt, which is located right here.
Can you click it?
I could try. You know, today's we're gonna get a pop-up. Who remembers pop-ups? Anyways, so this is it right here. It says installer. It looks all elegant. This was Fernando's.
I love that.
This was Fernando's shirt, so if you guys want to make Fernando feel special, this was his. He's like, I wanted to say installer, and I had to make like 10 different versions of it with different cursive writing so that he could pick the one that he wanted.
I like it.
25 years, my name is 25 Hertz. Not a coincidence.
Nice.
So from Kansas, hey Dean, I have been trying to get in contact regarding seeing to make an Audio Frog speaker adapter for my 2020 Ram 150 like you did in the other Ram. 911 rescue, no answer the phone. It's weird that no one's actually answered the phone because it rings all day. Not that we're over there to get it.
Oh no.
Maybe we could talk via email or something like that. It's hard to get a hold of us. Trying to think would be the best way to get a hold of me on that one. Just try calling on Monday, the 727
2166170.
and we'll try to make contact that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that a real kicker amp on the wall? Yes, this is the original Warhorse. This was their, before everyone had 10,000 watt amps that are this big. This was the original 10,000 watt amplifier, 3 0-gauge inputs. Basically, it is a design that no one makes anymore because it could kill you. Basically, think of it as two defibrillators, one backwards to the other, and it would push the woofer this way, and then it would push the woofer back the other way. It was very unique. It uses planar power supply magnet system.
2 or 4?
The planars in it? I think there's 4. But yeah, this one has been rendered null and it doesn't work. This one does not work. This one is a gift to me from Kicker for doing the documentary. The squiggly lines you see right over here is Steve Irby's signature. Pretty much now they just, if you're lucky enough to get one, it's just like a token of appreciation. It's pretty cool though. It still weighs 85 pounds though, so.
Yeah.
Because everything's in it but the input board.
All right. I have a 2001 Town & Country and the radio
intermittently.
Yep. Wow, that's a nice
resets or cuts off. I changed radio and still the same thing. That's going to lead to probably something with the body control module. That particular car, what year was it again?
2001.
2001? Well, no, that's pre... No, that's pre-smart. So because I think 2005 was the year of the smart harness for that. Check your wiring. You may need to run new power and ground and accessory. That would be the only thing I could think of, is that there is maybe something wrong somewhere deep down inside and it just needs a new power wire ran.
Do you have the link for the Jeep brackets?
Gotta wipe that off.
Yeah.
The Jeep brackets?
Yes.
No, I do not have a link for the Jeep brackets.
No?
Dude, you're making a mess.
I do.
You're worse than a kid.
Yes, I did. Wow, I didn't know that this thing's like...
leaking all over it.
Yeah, but that's
Anyways, no, I do not. I don't have the link to the brackets. It is pack parts though, so hang on while you're cleaning up your mess.
Alpine brackets?
Yeah, the Alpine brackets are pack parts, not pack audio.
No, I know, but like...
What? That's where you get them from.
Nobody says nothing.
Read a question.
Okay. Hey guys, question. What do you recommend for a high-low converter for a 2019 Chevy Colorado?
2019 Chevy. I mean, an LC7i with the green LGDs. Real question. Back to the Jeep. Pack Parts right here. Go to packparts.com. And that's where they're located here. See, these are the guys that sell all the parts to these guys. So packparts.com is where to go. All right, what was the question that we were just asking?
All right, what is the best high-low?
Oh, best high-low. Yeah, okay.
2019 Colorado.
I'd pick up an LC7i. There again, buying a better amplifier, you don't necessarily need a high-low to low-level adapter because the amplifier should have, if you buy a high-end amplifier, it'll have a decent it'll have one built into it. So for example, like on all the Kicker amplifiers now, all the Rockford amplifiers now, obviously the audio control amplifiers now, and every other brand that I can think of off the top of my head have a really nice high-level to low-level adapter built into them. However, if you still want to go external, maybe instead of going like the LC7i, maybe pick up something like this.
Oh yeah.
Go to the Fernando cam. This is zoom back, or just step back. This is the LCQ1, which is the same as an LC7i, but what it gives you is 6 bands of analog equalization for front, 6 bands for rear, 5 bands for subs, so you can still get in there and control your system and have a little bit more adjustment. And if you don't want to go full DSP, this is nice to have. It's super simple. You can just turn these dials like up here like this, and you get better sound. It has AccuBass. Then what we were talking about, you're also going to need is a set of the AC green LGDs, the 20 ohm resistor version. We found that on that particular Colorado, the blues are not sufficient enough. You need to step up to the green in order for that to function properly. Now, if you don't want to do any of that and you want to go full like yay, then what you can go with is the new. Oh no, that's not going to work. Never mind. That's it. Do that. Okay.
All right. Hey guys, will you put the 7-inch behind the factory 6.5 in the grill?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Is there enough space between the panel and the speaker?
Never been an issue so far. Because you got to remember, your door panel doesn't sit right up against the speaker. Usually there's about 1 inch.
Okay.
Would you use a 12-inch or 10-inch kicker L7T in a crew cab truck? Not sure. I want to have to use the lift seat to clear the 12. I like 10s in pickup trucks. I'm not a big fan of 12s. I like 10s. So the answer to that is 10.
Do you have any friends installers in the Atlanta area?
Yeah. Yes,
that
I
you
do.
recommend?
Biscuit.
Okay.
What's Jimmy?
Traffic Jams.
Thank you. There's Traffic Jams, and then what's John Brettle's company? Do you know what the name is?
Cartoons.
Cartoons.
Cartoons of Atlanta. I think I forgot his name. Markland Designs.
Markland Design is also in Atlanta.
So he's in Atlanta too.
So stop, rewind, go back, and those are the 3 guys. They all have great Instagram pages, so check them out there. I don't know any of their phone numbers.
Wayne Rice. I forgot the name of his.
Wayne Rice.
Wayne Rice. Yeah.
Is it rice? Like the white stuff you eat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know first names. All right, Mike Vapes.
Yeah.
$5.
Thank you.
2012 Kia Optima EX non-infinity. Have you guys ever done Punch Pro PP46 and the PP4T to make component sets? Sound great, but the tweeter, nope. I'm gonna go with no on that. If it's the Pro Audio one, all right. The Pro Audio mid-bass that Rockford used to make, in my opinion, was like one of the best Pro Audio mid-basses you could get mid-range. Was one of the better ones you could get your hands on because it did have some mid-bass where most of the loudspeakers just drop off. This would actually sound really good and play deep. Not like a full mid-bass, but it would go deeper than everyone else's. And then, of course, what we would team that up with for a tweeter is the Rockford T2 tweeter. Because the T2 tweeter was small, would fit, and it's a titanium or a metal tweeter, I should say metal, and it was super loud. It was the closest thing we could get to a loudspeaker style tweeter that would fit in a car and not be like, I got to cut a hole the size of a softball to fit a tweeter in there. So we did many years ago, we did combinations of that where it was like, oh, I want to do this. It was like, all right, well, I'll do this, and that's as far as I'm going.
Oh, wow.
So,
look at that. Robert Hoy.
Jeff Smith is an old playlist. Yes, he is. Salutations.
Edgar, ¿qué onda, carnal?
Okay.
All right. David Monroe, thank you, man. $5. Let me see. Got this one.
Buckle up. Let's go.
$20.
The fun. 20. Oh, you're the man. All right. Let's get to
you,
another
man.
question. When setting gains with an LC2, what should the output voltage be? do you mean? Okay, so a couple things you got to keep in mind. LC2 will obviously put out quite a bit of power on the output side of things. Where's the LC2?
Real quick, Lee Charlie, $4.99. Thank you.
So the thing you got to keep in mind when you're using an LC2 is, or any of these for that matter, is because this is a fully powered, it is the ability to up the output voltage, unlike a fully passive, like an LP7.
LP7
LP7 is a passive, so it's whatever you feed it is the best you're going to get. This is fully controlled electronically. You got to add constant 12 volts, ground, and it has remote in, remote out. It'll generate a remote turn on. But what you have to keep in mind is what is the input sensitivity of your amplifier? Okay, so what that means is you want to get the loudest signal coming into this from the radio, and that's going to turn on the optimization light. And then you want to start turning up the gain on this until the optimization light also comes back on, and that's it for this. The problem you run into is obviously you could have more output voltage coming out of this than your input voltage on your amplifier can take. I personally like to keep my input voltage on my amplifier as low as humanly possible, but you have to know what it is. So when you're talking high level input voltage, usually an amplifier is anywhere between 5 volts of input voltage up to, between 4 and 5 volts. So you just want to keep an eye on this so you don't want to overdo the input. The problem is let's say you get into something like this amplifier here, like a Kicker KS amplifier, okay? This will take 10 volts of input, all right, which is essentially high level. Oh, it's upside down. Which is essentially high level. So there would be no reason to use this if you have this and you're below the input voltage, meaning whatever's coming out of your factory radio at max volume more than likely is going to be below 10 volts. You just run it directly into this amplifier. You have no need to do this. Now, that's not exclusive just to this amplifier. That's a lot of amplifiers out there. So you have to do your research and find out what high level, what line level input voltage the amplifier will take. You don't always need to spend the money on a high level to low level adapter. Some amplifiers have really good ones built in.
Yeah.
God, that amp is heavy.
All right. Spencer Wright, you dropped $5. Hey guys, when you did the Kicker amplifier install on the F-150, how do you split the input signal for the 2 amps?
The what?
The Kicker keys?
Oh, simple. You just wide them off. So you have front, obviously, which is going to be with the T-harness. Do I have a T-harness?
Yeah. Oh my God, wow. This is like, dude.
Yeah, it's leaking all over the place.
Why?
Maybe it has a hole.
How?
Going off on I don't know.
This is brand new.
Okay, can we worry about it later?
Yeah.
I need Fernando cam. Sorry, we're having technical difficulty with the Gatorade bottle here, guys.
It's leaking.
All right, Fernando cam. All right, so I got a T-harness. We're gonna walk through this on that. All right, so this is the T-harness here for the Ford F-150. This is the one that is made by Metra. This plugs into the radio. The factory harness plugs into here, but what you have on here is, of course, your standard colors, your white, your gray. What you're going to do is you want your front outputs. So your whites and grays need to go off to the Kicker key, and they also need to go to the key 501. That's it. Those are the only ones you're going to use. So you're going to split those off so that you can go into the inputs of both amplifiers. And that's it. So just like when you're, you run 4 wires back, 2 positives, 2 negatives, and you go over into the Kicker key. There's a switch on there for 2-channel input mode. You go off to the 501. It only has 2 channels of input. And that's it, you're done. Rear stays intact because rear is going to be coming off the deck, and that one we went full active front. So super simple. I know, it was almost too easy.
Car gift. What's up, buddy? What's up, Andrew?
Do do you prefer the iData Maestro AR DSR1 or a Pack Amp Pro?
$10 from Robert Van Hoy. Thank you, man.
Robert, you're the best. Van Hoy!
We love you too.
So the question is the DSR1/AR combination or Amp Pro. Anytime I can take the factory amplifier out of the car and get that precious room, I would much prefer to do that. The thing that we struggle with is that the iData they're starting to pick up the production of making more and more harnesses, like we just found out last week. We're getting more and more interfaces. I'm in constant contact with them, so we know what's coming down the pipeline as far as that goes. Whereas Amp Pro, we also know what is not coming out from them. So I'm an advocate of what will get the job done. If I can take the amplifier out, I'm going to do that. If it makes more sense to leave the amplifier in because it's not anywhere going to be in my way, and I'm going to do some other form of DSP, then there's no reason to have two DSPs, then I might do an Amp Pro. We also have Zen, so don't forget them. So Nav TV Zen piece is also becoming more and more popular because they're making more and more solutions that neither one of them have. And of course, then you have Metra, who's slowly but surely filling in some of these other holes. So I don't think any one company yet is like the all-be-all solution. I just feel like you just have to be up on all four of these companies and be like, and so for those of you that are going, what are you talking about? What four companies?
Hey, Jennifer.
Oh, it's these four companies here. We'll go to that real quick. So pack-audio.com, maestro.idatalink.com, Metro Online, Nav TV, and Mobridge. Take a screenshot, do whatever you need to do there, but these are the companies that are making all the interfaces. Either it be to retain the factory radio, or in this case to integrate into the factory radio. Those are the companies. So there's not one that is just like running away with the flag right now. So we'll see what happens. Yes.
Let me see. I installed a 7-inch Kenwood coaxials in the rear deck and 6x9 components on the front for the 2017 Camry. What amp do you recommend? Not going active, and we'll probably use an LC7i or LCQ1. It's not that an Amp Pro 17.
Is it a JBL system?
I don't know.
You said a Camry.
Yeah, but like it doesn't say if it has
Well, if it's not JBL, I'm assuming it's not JBL. I mean, you gotta assume because you didn't start with this JBL. There again, as far as amplifiers you want to go with, pick one. I mean, there's a ton of good ones out there. I mean, you could look at the Kicker CS line. You could look at the Rockford R Prime line. Obviously, show sponsor this week is Ground Zero, so Ground Zero has a bunch of amplifiers in that price point too. And I can't stress this enough. It seems to be the reoccurring theme on this show. You need to read the owner's manuals for the amplifiers and find out what the high-level capabilities of the amplifier are. Because though it is great to have these, if you don't need one, spend the money on a better amplifier. So that's the key. Like, you could just buy an audio control ACM amplifier, the ACM 4300 to power like the highs. You could buy an ACM 1.300 to power the subs, or you could just get an LC 61200. But Fernando can. So this is the ACM 2.300. They make three versions of this amplifier. They make the 4.300 and the 1.300. Every one of them has an LC product built into them. So this has basically an LC2i built into it, minus the AccuBase. So that would be an LC1i that's not available yet, but it does exist. The LC or the ACM 4.300, there again has an LC, which would be a 7i, but without the channel. So all this has an LC built into it. This isn't much more than buying the product. So I mean, the price difference. This is probably cheaper than this. But granted, I understand this has an EQ in it. But you just have to read just a little bit.
You just have to?
Just have to.
All right, Campbell,
Okay.
he dropped $5. I'm using a JL Fix 86.
Okay.
Now, would you recommend the Dayton DSP in line with the Fix after you had some time to use it? I'm interested on time alignment. $400. That's budget, I'm assuming.
Get a tweak. Why would you not get a tweak? Okay, listen.
How
For the
much is a tweak?
500th time, it's less than that.
Really?
Yeah, dude, get a DSR1. Get anything. Dayton's DSP. Okay, this is my hand. This is my butt. This is me squeezing out. And this is now my full of poop. Okay, that's the only DSP that so far has sucked. It's garbage, guys. It's garbage. I mean, listen. I get the price point. You know, I got to hear one of these the other day. A customer came in and had one, the Audio Dynamics. This is, dude, you can get this super reasonable. Okay, great DSP. Okay, a DSR1 or yeah, a DSR1, dude. Retail on this DSR1 is $270. Okay, but it, you know, you have a JL. The whole idea behind it is you should get the Tweak 88. This is a badass DSP, bro. Don't sell yourself short. Everyone is trying to make, everybody on here wants the best sounding system they could possibly have, right? That's why we're all here. That's why we're all fans. You buy really cool stuff, and then the signal is the most important thing, okay? The source back out to the speakers. It's a whole thing. So if you got muddy water anywhere in there, it doesn't matter what you have here. It's gonna be crap. So you have to get good all the way through. You know, if you've already got a fix, get the Tweak, and just love it. Please, for the love of God. Okay.
Mikey Babes, he dropped $5. Thank you, man. Debating on the 200.4 kicker key.
Ooh, okay.
I need a DSP and a 4-channel amp, but I have 4 other amplifiers. Will the key DSP all speakers or just what the key amp is connected to?
Just what the key amp is connected to. The key is an internal DSP, so it has no settings, meaning there's no ability to go in and tweak anything. It auto sets. It comes with a microphone. It goes on your headrest, and it just does what it needs to do. Now it's a 70 watt by 4 amplifier, so it's only made to do either front, tweeter, and mid, or it's designed to do a front system and a rear system, and that's it. It's not really a full DSP in the sense like I got a bunch of other amplifiers I want to incorporate with it. It's not really made to do that. For that you need an actual DSP, so yeah. That has more than noise, man. It's garbage. Where does the epicenter fit when using the pack module DM810 on a 2016 F-150? So obviously you got the pack module, so you got your amp pro. You go into your DM810 front rear sub. You do the fronts, that's its thing. You come out of the DM810 with the crossover off on the subwoofer output, or as high as it'll go, which is 20,000. The easiest thing is just to have it off. So you want a full range output for your sub channel. You leave Acubase off. You go into your epicenter. You go out of the epicenter into the sub amp. The sub amp, you turn the crossover on. That's it.
JC Lightning 98, thank you for the $4.99. Epicenter and the A10 and an F-150?
That's a question I just answered.
Oh yeah, okay.
Kicker KS or Alpine R-type speakers. DJ, thank you for doing that. Fernando, let's switch to the Fernando cam, and we're going to talk about the next sponsor of our show, which just so happens to be Kicker. Come on over here. We'll do this shot right here. These are the new KS Series 2 3/4 inch speakers. Now, these are some pretty awesome speakers. We'll pull this out of the bag here. They come with the leads already soldered on. But if you'll notice, there is no mounting holes for this driver at all. That's kind of crazy. Well, in the box, there is another little tiny box. And inside said little tiny box, we have the base blockers right here, the capacitors. These are, do they give us a part number? Who cares? We have more speaker wires because on the end of these we have the open ends, so they give you to lengthen these out. But this is the money right here. So it comes with all these metal brackets to fit into your factory location. These are metal and they're 2-piece. So what you do is you take and you put your speaker in like this, and then this bracket is going to go on top of it, and you now mount, these are metal so they're sticking to my magnet, and now you mount this into your dash, and it's scissors in between there. And of course it comes with 3 different popular sizes. So you have this one here, which is, I want to say this is like a GM maybe.
Chevy.
Yeah, then you have this, which is a Toyota, and I think this is another Toyota, or no, this is a Jeep.
That's a Jeep.
This is Jeep.
Chrysler.
Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge. And they're metal, and it's pretty cool because like this whole design that they came up with the 2 pieces, yeah, it's pretty sexy. And you can't get it wrong because they have interlocking. That's it. But this is the new KS miniature speaker here that took them forever to come out with. You have a Buta-rubber surround right here, paper cone. These are high frequency mid-range. So the whole idea behind this is you could put this up in your dash in place of a tweeter and still you'll get the deeper mid-range, but you'll also get the high frequency as well. So these are, if you want to keep that, that sound coming out of your dash. Let's see, they give this 70 watts of power handling, peak power is 100. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, so we'd like to thank Kicker for sharing these with us, and hopefully we'll get to play with them some more as time goes on.
Jose.
Jalapeno on a stick?
Jose say hi from Puerto Rico. Tengo una Nissan Frontier 2016. Go to the iData page.
What am I looking up?
No. I mean, if that's compatible, if the Maestro RR is compatible
with the Nissan
on the Nissan 2016 Frontier.
No,
it's not.
No, they don't do anything for Nissan.
Okay, so no hace nada para tu carro, man.
You might be able to do steering wheel controls.
That's it?
Probably.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll keep going though. You read another question. You said 2016? 2016
Nissan Frontier.
It might. He just wants gauges.
I don't know. It's like if that's compatible, the Maestro RR, RR2.
There is the RR2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, I'm in steering wheel controls.
Alright, let me see.
I tell you what, you could just go on the internet and check yourself.
So that's what I'm saying. That was the only thing I was. Right there. Yeah,
oh, okay.
That's it.
All right, sorry.
So, mira, ahí te vas a donde dice maestro.idatalink.com y pones el modelo de tu carro, el año, y ellos te van a decir si es compatible o no.
Perfect.
All right, 2024 Runner with JBL.
Yes. 2020?
2020 4Runner with JBL.
Yep.
1 amp pro, but no harness yet.
Correct.
Someone says the AP4TY13, but not sure. Can you confirm?
Yes, it is this guy right here, which is the Amp Pro APTY13. For sure, it does. The harness is not up to date yet, so you have to hardwire it in. We have done it on the newer cars, so we know it does work, and we did beta test one of the harnesses, and that's why the harness isn't available yet, because it still sucked. But with that being said, they do, if you can, I think they either have it, you can download the wiring, or if you can't, you can call tech support and they'll send it to you. And if you still can't find it, get on Jeff Smith, because he'll send it to you.
Hey guys, when I started watching you, I had $600 to start my stereo upgrade, and I learned that he spent like 28 something. That's awesome.
Yeah.
2800. My wife is like, what? It happens, man. It happens a lot.
That was like being cameras. You know, I mean, because I had gone through the whole stereo thing when I was younger, so that was no big deal. But, you know, you buy the first DSLR, and then you buy a second one, and then you buy a lens, and then you buy all the lenses.
All right, Freeze has a question. My local car audio shop told me that my radio limits the bass.
Yes.
Are they lying to me?
No.
It's a 2011 Chevy Malibu.
Correct. So what they're talking about is an anomaly called bass roll-off. Bass roll-off is just that. It's where the volume for the subwoofer rolls off. If you've ever had an aftermarket radio, there's a feature built into it called loudness. You would turn it on, and what would happen at low volumes, the bass and treble would boost themselves up. And as you turn it up, they would level back down because the mid-range would be coming up in volume, and then they would just kind of flatten out. All right? What factory radios do is most of the time, because you got to remember, they don't want you to blow that factory speaker there. It's only like a $5 speaker. Is they'll put a high-pass crossover. I'm sorry. Yeah, they'll put a high-pass, low-pass crossover. They'll put a crossover that limits the bass response to those drivers in the head unit. On top of that, they'll add bass roll-off through some form of a loudness control. And what that'll do is as you're turning the volume up, if you think of this hand as bass and this hand as treble, as they both go up, they're going to do this. Okay, your treble are going to keep going up, but your bass is going to start to roll off. The easiest way to hear that is to play something with a bass track that has a predominant bass track and then start turning up your radio. What you should notice is that at some point the bass just doesn't get any louder, but the mid and treble keeps getting louder. That's where your bass roll off. AccuBass by Audio Control is designed to alleviate that. So what you do is...
All right, real quick, I'm going to say, Alan, thank you, man. Thank you for the $20.
You're the one who's got to edit it. Go to the Fernando cam for a second. Oh, never mind. We can't. Battery's going dead. I got to charge it.
Okay, go
Anyways,
quick.
Well, yeah, okay. Anyways, so AccuBass is this light right here on the new LC2i Pro is designed to help you fix that. So what you do is you turn your, when you're setting this, you turn your volume up until you find the spot where that change off happens, where your subwoofer's not getting any louder. And then you can use these two knobs here, which we have a video showing you how to do it, of course, to add that back in. So what happens is as you're turning up now, you're turning up, the bass will do this, then the AccuBass will kick on and it'll allow it to continue going up so you have a steady flow of bass all the way up. Now that's if there's bass roll-off. Now if you have an EQ issue, which you probably also will, or you just like, oh, you also could do something like the kicker key, this guy right here. The kicker key has de-equalization built into it.
Lock.
Sorry, the kicker key lock has de-equalization built into it. So if for any reason there's EQ done to it, it'll go in and restore that back to flat. And then if it has bass roll off, they add in a loudness circuit to it. So, which is what most bass roll off actually follows, about the same thing. So with theirs, it'll do the same thing automatically. You may notice obviously it's not going to be as dialed in perfectly as this, but you get the de-equalization that makes this super sexy. So they're not lying to you, I guess, is where we're going with this.
Oh,
now,
wow.
real quick, if you buy the AC, so two amplifier solutions that have both of these features built into it, is you have the Kicker Key 501, has a solution built into it, has the key lock de-equalization circuit built into it with bass enhancement. And then if you get the ACM 1.300 amplifier, it has an LC2i Pro built. It's these two combined into one amplifier. One's a 300 watt amp, one's a 500 watt amp. These two things will turn any amp into
anything you want,
a solution for the problem. Good luck editing that.
Jesus, man.
Sorry, bro.
All right. Are you guys still open?
Nah, we close at 6. Yeah, gotta go move on.
All right, I gotta go the way. Let's right here.
What happened?
5-star car steering, my 2002 Dodge Ram we have talked about before. I'm thinking on the 3-way custom setup, I think I'm having 6x9 in the dash, speakers, and the tweeters. What would you recommend?
Well, so there's really nobody that makes a 3-way with a 6x9. So you're going to have to just do like a 6.5 3-way set. As far as that goes, there's tons of manufacturers that make 3-way set.
Yeah.
The thing that kind of irritates me, I wish Kenwood wouldn't have done this. I wish they would just sell their Exelon tweeter standalone. I don't know why they don't.
Yeah.
Because we've had plenty of situations where it's like we wanted to use that Kenwood 6x9, 2.5, and a tweeter, and we've had to like rob out the tweeters out of packages just to do it. But as far as like a 3-way set goes, there's a ton of them. I mean, Focal makes a 3-way set that's really nice, both in the Access and the Flax and the K2. Morel makes a 3-way set and the Virtus line. Now, if you want to make a 3-way set with the 6x9, there is one option that I'm going to give you. That is going with the Morel. Because Morel has the high-frequency mid-range like this in the line, and we have used that before to make a 3-way set. So you do the 6x9 components that they make, as well as adding in the 2-inch mid-range. And then you get what you're looking for. Do I have access? Oh, I do. Ooh. Is the camera still dead?
Oh, it's totally dead.
It's totally dead. All right.
Really dead.
Sorry, camera died.
It's 6:30. He's like, I'm out.
All right. Here, come on back for a second. I can solve this real quick.
You can solve that?
Yeah.
I can solve it. I just have to go closer. Audio Frog has the 6x9s too, yes.
Yeah, they do. You can
very
do the
nice
same
6x9s.
thing I'm going to talk about with the Morel, you can do with the Audio Frog, because they have the same basic idea.
Stop talking, because you're far away, and it's hard.
Pull the, hold on. I need this. Lens cap.
Lens cap.
Yeah, I know, right? We just have cameras laying around, so we can quickly do this.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Camera 4. Ah, nice picture. You're on. So this is the Morel. Now, there are a couple manufacturers that also make something that looks like this too, but this is the Morel. Like I said, Audio Frog has one of these. So does the Prima. The Audison has a 6x9 component that you can add this to as well. But this is their little 2-inch mid-range. So you could take this guy and a set of the 6x9 components and make yourself a 3-way set as well. You just cap these off. You know, put the base blockers on them like we saw earlier.
So we're just looking for a 2.5?
This would be a 2.5 to add into that, make that mid-range.
What about the 3.5?
Either way. Now, the problem with a lot of these are they don't have grills. So if you're going to be making some nice A-pillars or something like that,
definitely.
They're not going to have grills in order to do that. So if you do need a 3-way set with grills, I would go with the 6.5s.
Well, Victor Valenzuela, thank you, man. He's going to buy a blue 5-star shirt. Thank you. Fernando, please help me out. 2006 Lincoln LS 12 speaker THX with no nav. What is the best harness for it? iData only makes the steering wheel control.
Nobody makes a harness for that car, man. There is no harness. That's it, man. There is no harness for that. It is a nightmare. That's the easiest way to say it. The hardest is you can repin a harness to work in that car, but there is no one bothered to make a harness for it. And I have no idea what it is. We did like 3 of them in 1 week, so it was just total fun and excitement. But yeah.
All right, hang on, okay.
Okay, hold on. Do I need an extra battery for a 3,000 watts?
Right there.
Only have high output alternators. Here's the deal. When you're gonna add, if you have a 3,000 watt amplifier, if you've got the biggest, baddest alternator that you can put in your car, and you have the biggest, baddest battery you can put in your car, anymore, most 3,000 watt amps aren't what they used to be back in my day. So we've done plenty of systems with 3,000 watt amps or 3,000 watts of power in a car off of the factory electrical system, and it has worked perfectly fine. With that being said,
But
adding a small battery back by the amplifier to increase the capacitance isn't a bad idea. You don't need to go full crazy, because if you don't have a means to charge it, then it's kind of like silly. There's no reason to get this giant battery back there that you have no way to charge. There's two ways to charge a battery. Obviously, if you can get a high output alternator that's going to, and you want some place to store that extra current, a big battery is a good idea. The more power you have, the better it's going to sound. The other way to do that is to plug it in. So Stinger makes a battery charger they can get that mounts in a car that you plug in at nighttime that'll charge the battery for you. That way, as you're driving through the day, it will play and drain and whatever. But that's really the idea. The 3,000 watt amp anymore, with how efficient most of those are, I think you're okay. There again now, it also depends. A lot of guys come in and they always start the conversations, I want it to be loud so when I'm chilling out in the woods, I can play my stuff. And it's like, no, it's not going to happen. The other thing you got to keep in mind too, at nighttime when you pull up to a stoplight, you got your AC pump and the headlights are on and you're banging away, guess what? You need to turn it down. Not because you're ticking off the guy in front of you, just so that that's the lowest point. Most cars, the alternator isn't running when you're sitting there at idle, so you have to move.
all right, DJ says, for SQ, do you think if I make a box that had one sealed chamber and one ported, it give me the punch and lows I want, or should I just build a sealed box?
I would just build a sealed box, put a ton of power onto it, you'll increase your range and your volume. No, the idea of one sealed, one ported, I think what you're going to run into is you may run into some cancellation issues there, because you're going to have overlapping points of overlapping sound. And remember, when woofers start doing this, it cancels each other out. If you go with a sealed box with a nice woofer and lots of power, you'll get the volume that you want and you'll get the range that you want. It's when you do a sealed box with basic woofers and a small amount of power that's where the ported box typically gives you the more like, oh dude, I built a ported box with the same power woofers and it's like twice as loud. Well, yeah, but yeah. Okay.
What's up, dudes? Adding subs and I'm in a 2019 Ram. Took the back seat out. I got a cheap LOC. Should I put it better LOC? I have the WaveTech Link D with me.
I mean, the WaveTech is a nice.
Which no, I'm sorry. Which okay, so okay. If you install the links, the WaveTech, that would be better.
Yes.
There
Yes,
you
it
go.
would.
That's it.
Yeah, because there again, the theme of this show is high level to low level adapter tonight, and can't say it enough. Signal has to be the cleanest you can get all the way through. If you don't have, you could have the best stuff in the world. If the signal sucks, it sucks. Your equipment is only as good as your weakest link, okay? And if you have an inexpensive version of this, then that's as good as can ever be. You have to buy a premium, whether it be audio control, kicker, WaveTech, whoever. You have to have a premium LOC, either it be standalone or built into the product itself. You have to have one, otherwise, why bother?
Right. Can people blaze? Yeah. And the bass is blazing 25. Yeah.
So for those of you that are wondering what the Link D is, just so happen to have one right here.
Look at you.
So this is an alternative to Fernando Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this is an alternative to the other brands we've talked about. This is the WaveTech. This is the Link D. This is their 2-channel high level to low level adapter. Couple nice things about this: it has input RCA as well as line level. This is a line driver. So if some of you guys are like, oh, I want a line driver, this is one. The nice thing about this is if you've installed it into your system and you decide one day to replace it and go with something else that has an RC output. So like in that Dodge Ram, you can put in an Amp Pro or something like that to get, even though you don't have the Harman Kardon system, you could put an Amp Pro in it. It will reprogram your radio to give you the 6-channel 4-volt output. You do have to go with a full amplified system at that point. You can't use the radio for anything. But you can run the Amp Pro directly into the RC inputs on this and still use this as the line driver into those subwoofers. So you don't actually have to remove this. It's kind of a cool feature. And still keep your good bass.
There you go. Yes, Tiffany style.
And for those of you wondering what's going to replace or what the competitor for that is, I would be remiss if I didn't point this out. Go back to Fernando Cam for a second.
Of course.
This is a future product here from Audio Control. This is basically going to be doing the same thing as we just talked about. You have your line in, you have your line out. The nice thing about this is that it does have the LGD resistors built into it. So you don't have to buy like the green LGDs. You don't also have to buy the green LGDs with this. They're built into the Amp Pro LC2i Pro 2. That's what this switch is here. So both of these are going to give you that. This is coming soon. Coming soon to a car stereo shop near you.
Yep.
Or Amazon or wherever you buy it. 12 minutes, fellas. Okay, we're trying.
All right, so
trying to get as many questions.
All right, go. Let's
Hold
go.
on. Is IDATA going to make a harness to integrate with the Audio Control DMA10? The harness already exists. Audio Control made it. The problem is Audio Control still has not figured out how to get the two to work. So it's got nothing to do with. It's just a matter of communicating with the two problems. They haven't figured it out yet. So, yay. But yes, the harness actually already exists. They have thousands of them.
All right, so on Friday.
This Friday?
Yes.
Ooh, good call.
On Friday.
Good call. Hold on, let me go. Let me, where's it at here? All right, hold on. Nope, nope. Keep going. Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Like I say, on Friday. Like that.
On Friday.
Yes.
This is the place, guys. Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips. For those of you that don't know what it is, you might be new to it. These shows here, the Monday show, the Saturday show, we edit those up to the questions that you guys ask, and we put them here on this channel so that it makes it easier to search. So, like this high level to low level question, and it goes there. There's a new one every day. And there wasn't one today because I forgot to upload it last night. My bad. Anyways, there'll be a new one tomorrow. What we're going to start doing on Friday, I'm so excited about this. We're adding a third live show. Some of you guys are going to like it, some of you guys are not. It's not a Q&A show though, okay? We're adding a news show. So Friday mornings at 9 o'clock. Friday mornings at 9 o'clock, we will be live on the Car Stereo Clips here on that channel, not this one, that one. And what we'll be doing is a news show. So some of you guys that are like Uber fans, remember we tried to do a news show a couple years ago. And it was a great show, but it was just a big pain in the butt.
Yep.
So now we're going to have a half-hour Friday show that is just going to be us talking about the news. We're not going to be answering questions. We're just going to be talking about new products and what's coming out in the industry, some stuff that, just all the little things. It's just going to be a quick half-hour show.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes. We've been wanting to do that news show. We wanted a place to put it. We feel that channel is a good channel to put it on. We'll just see how it goes. So if you guys are not members of that channel, if you're not subscribed to it, we'll go back to it real quick. It's Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips. We know you're not all there because it's nowhere near the size of this channel.
Right.
But a reason that you might want to join is to get the Friday morning news. So we're pretty excited about that. Of course, we'll be talking about it more on Instagram where we have 5 minutes with 5-star.
Yeah.
Fly on the wall. Ooh, that was a good one. That was a fail and a half. That was where we filmed the Camaro. We were going to do that, and it was just going to be like a time lapse. I didn't know that was such a bad idea. I think the only one that got more hate, I think that got more hate than the amplifier unboxing that wasn't an amplifier unboxing we just did this week.
That was the...
the one we can't talk about.
All right. Hey, Fernando, I'm going to install a component set, but yeah, it's not active.
Okay. So you're going to have a passive crossover.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's active.
So you're not going to have a
Not
passive
passive,
crossover.
correct.
Perfect.
So,
Yep.
what happened if the woofers and the tweeters are not the same?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if your speakers aren't the same brand or the same anything. It's neither here nor there. Most of the time, why would they be the same brand? And if you think about it, when you look at like a home audio speaker, they design those cabinets, and they go and have speakers made, or they buy off the rack parts, or it doesn't matter. There's plenty of times where you'll see somebody grab like a dying tweeter in another manufacturer's mid-range, and because of the characteristics of the driver, and then they blend them together with the crossover. So yeah, it's not uncommon. I mean, think of how many times you see guys with loudspeakers that have like PV and the other goofy brands, or it's okay.
Yeah.
It's the crossover points that matter, guys. Just get those crossover points right. The rest will work itself out.
All right, so Joaquín, lo que él te dice es, una vez que pongas los crossovers bien en cada bocina, los tweeters, subwoofers, el mid-range y todo eso, no hay problema. Solo asegúrate que todo esté bien. Haz tu research and done.
So the question is real quick, what DSP would you recommend close to the price of the Dayton DSP? I have no idea. You know, it's a $150 piece of crap, okay? Clearly, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you got $150 to spend and that's what you want to buy, go for it. You know, for $120 more or $270 retail, you can get into the DSR-1.
That will be the closest, I think. That's it.
You know, I know there was a deal on the audio dynamic stuff. I think those were under $200 maybe, or right around $200.
Right.
I don't know. He had a Christmas deal or something like that. I don't remember. But the thing of it is if it sucks, who cares? Why buy it?
All right, real quick. Steve, he dropped $5.
Thank you, Steve.
Opinion upgrading for a 2018 Mustang with bass stereo. Just looking for a better sound and clean bass.
So what, a better sound for bass?
Yes, better sound and clean bass.
For the whole thing, or just?
Yeah, for the whole thing.
Well, if it's 2018 Mustang, it depends if it has the premium sound.
No,
or
it's
not.
a bass.
Bass model?
Bass stereo.
I mean, you could just do a kicker key on some front components and do a key 501 on some sub in the back, and that
Right.
would, I mean, that's what we just did in the
F-150?
F-150.
Yep.
Check out the F-150 video we just did, and you could do the same thing in your Mustang, and it would sound phenomenal. Real quick, somebody asked about the Arc Audio DSP.
Yes, if that's good. Phenomenal.
Awesome product. Yeah. Awesome. Brian, big fan of the show. Big fan of Brian. Everything Arc makes is gold. It's product. It's a quality product. We're not an Arc Audio dealer. However, they are a fan of the show, and
we like Brian.
I like Arc. I mean, they got nice. So, I mean, just to give you an idea, I mean, I'm not talking out of my butt. Here you go. Here's the Arc Audio PS850. This is the amplified version of that processor you're talking about. Oh, this thing is magic. Okay. All right, guys. It's a weekend. It's Saturday. It's fun. Who doesn't enjoy fun stuff? Let's go back over here real quick. D&F Tool Drawer is a place you can go and find all the cool tools that we use. That's right. Meters, probes, hand tools, installation stuff. I'm a big fan of this page right here, installation stuff, because you guys always ask the same question. Where do you get tape? Where do you get heat shrink? Where do you get FlexiLoom? Where do you get all those cool connectors and stuff like that? They're all right here, guys. So you can go there and find that. We were already there on Teespring/store/size 5-star. Here's the installer shirt that Fernando talked about earlier. We'll go back there, favorites. Hey, there's my homepage. Kicker, thank you so much for being a sponsor of the show. You can go to kicker.com. One of the cool places to go Kicker, whether you're a fan or not, is to go to support in tech. You can download test tones here. They have a ton. If you go down to product training and videos, important, say, where's it at here? FAQs. Wiring, box building. They have a box builder. Tech papers. I think it's tech papers. Is it tech papers?
On?
Yeah, tech papers. Go to the tech paper section, and here they have a ton of information that is not necessarily about Kicker. It is just education. You guys are all about it. This is where it's at, man. It's where it's at.
That's it.
So that's a lot of fun there. Ground Zero, big sponsor of the show. Make sure you check out their website also at groundzero.com or groundzero.usa.com. You can see all the cool stuff. The reason why they say USA.com is because It's a German company. They have the European website. Obviously, I'm a big fan of going to the home page. Go there and just check it out. A lot of the stuff that they make over there, we don't get here.
But it's cool
it's
to
still
see.
fun to do and
Yeah.
see the stuff. They have a set of home audio speakers that are like this, like 50 grand. Oh my God, they're so
Beautiful.
beautiful
Yeah.
speakers. And of course, don't forget on Friday we have the news show on Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. We'll remind you on Monday.
Yeah.
And that brings us to Monday. Monday at 6:30 is the Facebook show where we answer more questions. We have more fun. It's a good time. We'll switch the Fernando cam.
All right,
That brings us back to the Kingpin University Clean Wire Caddy. The reason why we're talking about this is that if you are a member of the Clean Wire Club on Facebook, 12 Volt Clean Wire Club here, tomorrow we get a new picture.
Tomorrow we're going to get a new picture.
Tomorrow we get a new picture. But right now there's this video right here that if you watch and then you comment down here below, I want to win, like Adam Devine from Miami pointed out, you could possibly win this. So we're giving them away. They sent them to us. We're passing them on to you.
That's right.
How fun is that? Guys, this has been a great show. It's Saturday. It's the fun day. It's not as fun as it used to be. Let's be honest. 2020 blows. So for those of you guys that are going out tonight to have fun, what?
Yeah, we're going to do the mugs 225 to life. Yes, the Ground Zero mugs.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We're going to do that,
Hey,
bro.
you know what? Friday. We'll give one away in the show.
Okay.
We'll give one away Friday morning. A cup of Joe. Ooh, God, why did I think of this before? We'll give those away on that show because it's morning coffee. It's an AM show.
All right, go on.
Dude, if you want to win that, you got to watch the
25.
Friday show. So
On
we'll
Friday.
give them away on the new news show, so you could sit at home with your Ground Zero mug, sipping coffee, listening to the news. Thanks, Fernando. Thanks, 25 Life. It was your idea.
There you
All
go.
right, so there you go. I like the idea. All right,
the
cool.
idea. Cool. All right, guys.
That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have
Bye.
a wonderful weekend. Bye.
That was time.
Yeah.